Hello, welcome to Jennifer's Magical Book Club. Today I am here to read a novel which is called Old Yeller. I'm going to continue reading from chapter 3, the first page. So I'm going to start. Alright, I was willing to go make a try for a fat doe. I was generally more than willing to go hunting, and while I was gone, I might do some thinking about little Earlis and that thieving stray dog. But I didn't much think my thinking would take the turn Mama wanted. I went and milked the cows and brought the milk in for Mama to stream. I got my rifle and went out to the lot and caught Jumper. I tied a rope around his neck, hitched a noose around his nose, and pitched the rest of the rope across his back. This was the rope I rein him with. Then I got me a second rope and tied it tight around his middle, just back of his whiskers. This second rope I'd use to tie my deer onto Jumper's back if I got one. Papa had shown me how to tie a deer's feet together and pack it home across my shoulder, and I'd done it. But to carry a deer very fur like that was a sweat-popping job that I'd rather leave to Jumper. He was bigger and stronger. I mounted Jumper bareback and rode him along Birdsong Creek and across a rocky hogback ridge. I thought how fine it would be if I was riding my own horse instead of an old mule. I rode down a long sweeping slope where a scattering of huge ragtop live oaks stood about in grass so tall that it dragged against the underside of Jumper's belly. I rode to within a quarter of a mile of the salt licks, then left Jumper tied in a thicket and went on a hoot. I couldn't take Jumper close to the licks for the couple of reasons. In the first place, he'd get to swishing his tail and stumping his feet as flies and maybe scare of my game. On top of that, he was gun shy. Fire a gun close to Jumper and he'd fall to staves. He'd snort and will to run and fall back against his tie rope, trying to break loose. He'd bawl and paw the air and take on like he'd been shot. When it came to gunfire, Jumper didn't have any more sense than a red ant in a hot skillet. It was a fine morning for hunting, with the air still and the rising sun shining bright on the tall green grass and greener leaves on the timber. There wasn't enough breeze blowing for me to tell the wind direction, so I licked one finger and held it up. Sure enough, the side next to me cooled first. That meant that what little push there was to the air was away from me toward the salt licks, which wouldn't do at all. No deer would come to the licks if he caught wind of me first. So I'm done reading till chapter 3 on page 24 in the middle of the page. I hope you're enjoying with me and see you later. Bye. Have a nice day. Thank you.